What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jeremy. We're tuned into another episode of House of Colossus, man. On today's episode, we're going to be doing things a little bit different because I don't have bottles of the things I want to talk about. And I'll explain you that in a minute. So I got these bottles, which is my collection of what I have as of right now. I'm currently sitting at 162 bottles of fragrances. That's also including travel sprays as well. As I said, I've been collecting for about 3 years now, somewhere along those lines, and I have mostly designers in my collection. Before I forget, to all my returning subscribers, I appreciate you guys for rocking out with your boy Jeremy here on House of Colossus. We talk about everything men's fragrance. If this is your first time running into my channel, as I said, we talk about men's fragrance. Come on in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right at the bottom of this video. Help the channel. And let's talk about fragrance. You know what I'm saying? Let's vibe with each other when it comes to men's fragrance and help each other smell the best that we can. You know what I'm saying? So, Jeremy, why are we here? We're here, one, to showcase my my babies. Stuff that I've invested a lot of money into, and this hobby can be very, very expensive. You know what I'm saying? So we're here to talk about houses that I want to dive into in the year 2021. So I'm going to give you 5 houses that I really want to dive into in the year 2021, and a couple of fragrances that I'm looking to buy from these houses. So in no particular order, I'm just going to go off the dome with this. I didn't write anything down, but I do know what I do want to jump into. That first house is the house, again, it's going to be a tie. So the first two is going to be Chanel, which I don't have any bottles of Chanel in my collection right now. I do want to get Amber Nuit. I do want to get Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I do want to get Allure Homme Sport. There's a lot from that house that I don't have, and I feel like I have Dior's and all those other guys, so I gotta have Chanel. The second house I would want to dive into would be the house of Tom Ford. I have smelled Grey Vetiver, which I absolutely love, that I don't own a bottle of. Grey Vetiver, Noir Extreme. I've smelled Beau de Jour before. I've smelled Ombre Leather. I want to get my hands on Tuscan Leather. And these bottles are expensive. And I know we can save up for it and get them, but that Tom Ford is a pretty penny, but for the quality of those juices, I know is phenomenal. So for those at number 5, tie Tom Ford and Chanel. Number 4, I want to get into more indie houses. So I would say for the number 4, I want to get into Karen NYC. So it's gonna be like 8 or 9 or 10 houses. Just forgive me. I'm just gonna give you everybody. Imaginary Authors is what I want to hop into. I just like their presentation. I do get a lot of the books, how it's mapped out. I think that's really dope. And I heard they smell absolutely phenomenal as well. So Imaginary Authors is another house I want to dive into, as well as Karen NYC. I've heard of Sunday Brunch, Nitro Noir, all those guys I haven't smelled yet. Here's my thing, and here's my problem when it comes to trying houses. My biggest thing is I suck at buying samples. I typically just end up buying whatever the smallest is. So if it's a 30 ml or a 50 ml, I typically buy it, and if I don't like it, I give it away. I need to get out of that and just start sampling these little 2 milliliters or whatever. I just be feeling sometimes those 2 milliliters don't be enough. But I digress. That's just a small rant. So yeah, Imaginary Authors and Karen NYC, I definitely want to get into that stuff more often as well. At number 3, I really want to get into some Middle Eastern houses. You know, I do own a couple bottles from Rasasi. I do own a couple bottles from Al Haramain. And those guys, I really want to hop more into those. Al Haramain, Versace, Lattafa, Swiss Arabian. I really want to try to dive into Lattafa more. I heard a few bangers from them over the last couple months. I heard of Velvet Oud, Kaid. Oh man, it's a lot. Ragba, Wood Intense, the regular Ragba. I've heard a lot from these Middle Eastern houses, and I really want to get a chance to actually dive more into them. So those are those. So number 3 would just be Middle Eastern houses. Versace, Haramain, all those guys. Number 2, I would say I really want to dive more into independent houses. I know Equality Fragrances, who I watch a lot. He got some gems over there, stuff I can't even pronounce that he be talking about, and it sounds absolutely fire. And I don't want to. I would say we kind of have similar tastes because I'm a gourmand lover. I really do like sweeter fragrances. They just smell better off of my skin. No disrespect to the Invictuses or the more mass appealing fragrances. Those are great too in their own right. But I just like sweeter fragrances more on my skin, if that makes any sense to you guys. So yeah, like independent houses, I don't know really too many off of hand. I would just say watch Equality Fragrances and you'll see what I'm talking about. The man be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. I know I heard one called Tabac Rouge. I guess I want to hop into the house of Rihanna. I hear Cherry on Top, I hear is good. Coconut Nanas, I hear is good. Authenticity Perfumes, JC put me on that. I want to hop into them. There's so many fragrance houses out here. It's just Sammy Anders from TLTG Reviews. There's so many fragrance houses out here. It's just like crazy. So like I know money is going to be spent in 2021. So as I said, I'm sitting at like 162 bottles of fragrances, mostly designers. And I really want to hop more into niche because I don't really own any niche. Mancera, I want to get into them. Montal, I want to get into them. Serge Latons, which is super hard to try to find. I want to hop into them. It's so many houses that I really want to hop into. So number 2, or I think number 2 is where we're at now. That's what I want to hop into as well. So more niche than I do have designers, even though I'm still gonna buy my designers and stuff as well. And number 1, I think will complete my collection, and that's gonna come from the House of Creed, man. Like I don't own any Creeds as of right now in my collection, so I gotta get a couple, even if it's just Aventus and Green Irish Tweed or Aventus and whatever. I know I need to grab a couple of them. Only thing about Aventus is, like I said, man, those price tags could be up there. So I do have some Creed inspired fragrances in my collection. I mean, I'm talking Mont Blanc Explorer, Al Haramain L'Aventure, Al Haramain L'Aventure Night, and a few other guys that give off the originals. Mont Blanc Individual, which is a budget original, Santal, and all those guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I have similarities, but it's nothing like having a real thing, if you know what I mean. So I definitely want to hop into the House of Creed, and there's so many other fragrance houses that I want to hop into. I'm not opposed to any houses, even if it's like clone houses that give me something similar. Like I've been hopping into Alexandria Fragrances a lot, which I have on the top shelf up there. And they got some really nice fragrances that, you know, kind of put me in that bracket of what these fragrances that I want to try, you know, what they're going to smell like. So yeah, man, so I just wanted to bring you something different today. This is just going to be a video on houses that I want to dive into the year 2020, in the year of 2021, that I don't have in my collection as of right now. As I said, I'm sitting at like 160 bottles of fragrance, and I really want to get it up to probably, I want to try to dedicate obviously a large amount of money to be at like 262, but I want it to be that 100 bottles of fragrance that I tend to buy. I want it to be on those houses. So anything in those houses, I want to be able to accumulate to be at 262. So I'm gonna be more into buying stuff that I smell and I want and that I like, as opposed to just kind of like blind buying. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with blind buying. I've blind bought probably 70-80% of my fragrance simply because I watch so many reviewers, and the note composition and breakdown on some of these fragrances just seem interesting, and I buy them, and then I either like them or I don't like them. So yeah, man, I just wanted to bring you something different. As I said, I don't have bottles for the things that I just discussed, so I brought you my bottles. Once again, man, my name is Jeremy. You're tuned into the House of Colossus. Let me know some other houses down in the comments that you think I should definitely dive into, that you think have some remarkable stuff. I know I gotta get some YSL. That's probably the only designer house I don't have in my collection besides Chanel. And there's a whole bunch of other ones. So as I said, I want to dedicate the year 2021 of getting stuff that I actually want. You know what I'm saying? So down in the comments, let me know, man. My name is Jeremy. Until we meet again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the share button, and send these videos out. Send my videos out to anybody who think needs this content. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about my videos. Until we meet again, y'all. Much love. Peace.